Torah time! The weekly portion. What's it all about? It really means something. What can it teach me? Turn it. Everything's in it.
Hi. This week, we're devoting our Torah time to a festival that falls on the 6th day of the Hebrew month Sivan, Shavuot. Zuman Matan Toratenu, the time of the giving of the Torah. Now, in order to talk about Shavuot, we need to go back 7 weeks to Passover. On the second night of Passover, we begin to count something that is called the Omer. The Omer was an ancient measure of grain and refers to the barley offering that was brought to the temple on the second day of Passover. Counting the Omer lasts for 49 days until Shavuot. It's said to be a period of mourning for the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva who died in a plague. During the Omer, some Jews don't cut their hair, they don't listen to live music, or they don't buy new clothes. During COVID-19, we haven't been able to do those things either. Isn't it crazy how our Torah, written thousands of years ago, can still be so relevant today? Every night during the Omer, we say a blessing and we count up to the day when we received the Torah at Mount Sinai. We count up and not down because receiving the Torah is a very exciting time. So we elevate each day with our excitement. The rabbis interpret Passover as the physical freedom from slavery and Shavuot as the spiritual, because we were given the 10 Commandments to help us lead a good life. There are a couple very interesting stories, or midrashim, about the Israelites at the time of the giving of the Torah. One states that on the morning of the revelation at Sinai, the Jewish people overslept. God descended upon Mount Sinai to give the Torah to Israel, and we hadn't even arrived yet. Moses had to rouse us and hurry us over to the mountain for this earth-shattering moment. To make up for this, some Jews stay up the entire night of Shavuot in order to be absolutely certain that they'll be awake Shavuot morning when the episode of Revelation is recounted. Another story in the Talmud says, and they stood in the bottom of the mountain. The teaching says that God overturned the mountain on them so that the mountain was hanging upside down over their heads. This is what God said. If you accept the Torah, everything will be fine. But if you don't, then here you will be buried. Considering that, the Israelites accepted the Torah and said something very interesting. They said, Na'aseh v'nishma. We will do and we will understand. Wait a minute. They're going to do all that was in the Torah before understanding it? That seems backwards. But it's not. Have you ever been asked to do something and you can't figure out why you need to do it? Like making your bed every day, or learning algebra, or saving money. At first, these things seem useless, and we only do them because it's been strongly suggested that we do. It's only after we grow up or some time has passed that we can recognize the benefit of such tasks. We realize that making our bed every day makes us feel good about ourselves and our room. And algebra? Well, we can apply that to everyday living. And saving money? Well, let's put it this way. When we get older, we'll be very happy we did. This is what happened with the people of Israel. They knew that by doing the commandments, they would understand what it meant to be a Jew. And they would know what a sacred obligation it was to hold the Torah close forever. The lyrics to one of our favorite songs sums it up in a perfect way. Eitz chaim hi l'machazikim ba, v'tomechacha me'ushar. It is a tree of life for them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Well, that's our Torah time for today. Shalom.
Torah time, the weekly portion. What's it all about? It really means something. What can it teach me? Turn it, everything's in it.